Jack, welcome back. First day back at Marlow Road. What do you think of the upgrades?
Yeah, they're incredible. I think you guys have documented it really well. I've seen the videos and the pictures and that don't really do it justice. Walking around the building, seeing all the little details that everyone's put in is incredible, and it's a real testament to the ownership group, just how much they've put into this training ground. They're really giving us the base that we need to hopefully push this club forward.
It's been quite a change from when you first joined 6 years ago.
It has been, yeah. It's been a massive change, to be fair. A lot of changes. The club's moved such a long way in such a short space of time. But you see it a lot of times. A lot of clubs, I feel, have ploughed a lot of money into the first team, but the ownership here are really putting in some substantial changes to the actual infrastructure of the club, which as fans is, I would imagine, is very, very reassuring. They're here thinking about the long term, and I think they do need a huge amount of credit for that. Of course, they're also doing both. They're investing heavily in the first team as well, also the academy and also the training ground. So I think as a fan, it's probably a really exciting place to be at the moment.
And you're talking about fans, it's coming back to Marlow Road, bringing it back to the local community. And another lovely community gesture that the club has done is named the training pitches here after Adam Ankers, the young fan and academy player who sadly passed away last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's an incredible gesture. Again, from above and from the ownership group, they deserve a huge amount of credit because, as you say, they've brought us back home, I feel, and which I think is good in the first sense, because everyone wants to feel the club is part of the community. It's it's the fans' club, it's their club, and I think that's a great thing they've done. But to name the pitches after Adam is a real touching thing. For a lad that was playing in the academy and the foundation and wanted to be and playing for the first team, I think it's a touching sort of sentiment. It keeps him, as rightly so, he'll never be forgotten. And I think it's long after all of us are away from this place, he will still remain and the plaque will still remain. And I think it's, when I heard it was quite touching, and I think it's a great thing. And I think it's what Wycombe's been built on is the people, and that's a real touching thing from the owners to do.
Yeah, it was a lovely gesture. You guys have just come back from a week in Loughborough. How did you find that?
Yeah, it was good. It was tough. I'm not going to lie. It was the gaffer sort of made no qualms about how hard it was going to be, and we were on the pitch every day. But it's great facilities. The staff there as well are always very accommodating. It's the same as last year as well. So I'd have to say a massive thank you to them because everything seemed to run very smoothly. I think it allowed probably everyone running around here to get things up and running very quickly, and it's good because I think when you go away as a team you gel very quickly. I think having breakfast, lunch and dinner every single day for a week is a real thing that speeds up getting to know everyone. So to have that very early on in pre-season and to have the signings through the door and things like that has been a big sort of positive for us so far this season. And then you come in here today and there's immediately everyone just wants to raise their performance. So I think it's been a good start. It's been a long week, but I think this place is definitely going to give everyone the sort of positive vibe that it needs.
And you touched on it briefly there. A few new faces have joined the squad. How good was that to have Loughborough to bring them in and make them part of the team?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's good. I think like I said, it speeds it up a bit being with them all the time. But what I can say about all the lads that have come in, they've been very good. They've settled in really, really quickly, which isn't always the case. You don't know how people are going to react, but I think the club have obviously done their homework, and I feel like they've settled in really well, and I think they're really going to improve us.
And the first game of pre-season is just around the corner now. How are you feeling to be back out training, back on the pitch?
It's good, yeah. I mean, the first training session today at Marlow Road was brilliant because the pitches are incredible. They match the infrastructure that's been built here, which makes everything so much smoother and easier for us. But it's good to get there's been a lot of talk obviously about all this stuff, and it's good to get out in the grass and just do the things that we know, because the season will be here before we know it. I think we're looking forward to a good game on Saturday, but I think everyone just wants to get into the games quickly and get into that rhythm again, because before we know it the season's going to be here and we're going to be up at Bradford preparing. So it's good to get back to what I see as our home and really sort of hit the ground running.
Great, thank you for talking to us today.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Thank you.